Yo, make sure you got your paperwork straight. I got Mickey the Truth.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth. South Carolina, 803 to be exact. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Mickey Truth, aka the Queen of Paperwork, and I am back with another video. As always, all information contained in this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used in this video is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you, not me. So good morning, good afternoon. Sure, I don't even know what time it is, y'all. When I say I was knocked out, I'm off today, and then I realized I had about 5 consultations set up plus streaming live for this trial, and I forgot what time we were supposed to be in. So nevertheless, we are here because I do need to go over some stuff from the week. So I can do it all in one shoot. Now, to my understanding, they are supposed to be back in session at 1 p.m. Eastern time. However, you already know how they do down there in this Fulton County Court, okay? So before we get too far along, y'all know I got to do my disclaimer. So with that being said, y'all already know all information contained on this live is for entertainment, heavy on a mother effing entertainment, educational purposes only. All information used on this live is per the Fair Use Act, and any conclusion that you draw is on you and your mama, not nobody on this channel, this panel, or in this chat. And another disclaimer for those who have not read the description to my channel, I am not a lawyer. Nothing I say should be used as legal advice because it's not legal advice, okay? If you do need legal advice, however, you can go talk to an actual licensed lawyer or attorney of your choosing, all right? And like the disclaimer says in the video, that you can actually see the consequences of anything that you try to run with from the channel is definitely on you, all right? So with that being said, hey, just sit back, enjoy my opinion based off my free thoughts of what I'm listening to, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. Let's get started.
You can't handle the truth.
Y'all like my new disclaimer? All right, y'all. So I'm him said, do you think Woody is helping the defense by acting dumb, even though it's an interrogation video? At this point, it's not. I can't really say who he's helping per se. First half of yesterday, I kind of felt like, okay, the defense, he's giving the defense something to work with, but by the end of the day, I gave it to the state because at the end of the day, it's going to be about perception from the jury, right? And we had a nice little back and forth. Shout out to Blue, who had a different perspective of what he heard compared to mine. So it really is going to be based on the jury, really. I can't really say who he's helping. Just because he's playing dumb on the stand, okay, doesn't mean the jury is going to buy it. Or, like I said, just because he changed his testimony now doesn't mean the jury is going to buy what he is saying now as being the truth compared to what he said in 2015 that they're alluding to. Because like I was saying yesterday, the average American is going to have full faith in the police department, investigators, and detectives. So in their mind, when the state said, well, didn't the detectives tell you they were going to fact check what you're saying? And we all know, or should know, or maybe know somebody who does know, they don't look into everything that is said. However, to the average person that may not have no foot into none of this, they're going to think, yeah, they did do their job. That's why he's offered immunity. You got to remember, to some people, when a person is offered immunity, they feel like, okay, the state used our government dollars to really get into this situation, right? They really verified everything that this person is saying. They really know that what they're talking about. But in all actuality, if your name come up enough in a situation and they feel like you can be credible because you are partaking in the activity, they'll probably offer you immunity. But again, to the average person, you know, they're going to have full faith in what the police are doing, investigators, DAs, all that. That's just our society. Good morning, King. Good morning, Blue. So yeah. So that's how I'm feeling about it right now. I just I don't know. It can go kind of either way. And again, I leave it as to the perceptions perspective, excuse me, that we had yesterday in different areas, right? We all didn't see it one way, and that's how the jury is going to look at it. But I do think by him changing up his story now, a lot of people don't know how people finesse the police. A lot of people don't know that it's give them a little bit, they're going to get out your way. He's pretty much breaking that down, but the average person is not going to get that, right? Because then, you know, and then the example he gave, right, with the court reporter, he's like, well, she has on white shoes or whatever, whatever. Now, mind you, if you caught it, he really didn't know what color shoes the lady had on, because he looked at her like, what color shoes you got on? And she said white, right? So the prosecutor's office took it as, see, you told the truth. But in actuality, he just guessed. And it was right. And I caught that. And in my mind, that is what normally happens with quote unquote finessers when they try to, they just say shit. Sometimes that shit is accurate, sometimes it's not. So like when he was speaking on his relation, what he told them in 2015 for the relationship of Thug and Nut, I caught that too. He's saying, hell, I told him whatever. They kept asking me about the situation. Yeah, they cool. Like, yeah, they cool. Ain't no problem. Like, he's speeding off of what they're saying to him, right? And because he's a person that they believe will have the accurate information, he's just going with it. He pretty much said that, but again, a lot of regular people are not going to see it that way. They're going to see it as the police did their job. They knew what he was saying in 2015 was accurate. Although the state has not proven nothing he said in 2015 is valid, they're just saying that's the story they want the jury to buy as truthful, not what he is saying now, right? So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling about it. But he pretty much gave the sauce yesterday, but everybody's not going to be able to piece that together. Like I said, I felt like I feel like he is being honest as far as everything he said in 2015 wasn't true. I'm not buying that he told all lies. He had to give a little accuracy to something. What he was accurate about, I don't know. But I definitely believe he was finessing. I mean, everybody brings up the 2020, 2021 interrogation video, right? I feel like if you watch that, hell, he was checking his posts. Like he was used to doing this. So right there, show he's finessing the situation. He's trying to appear like he's telling the truth. I believe him when he said that, and I believe when he said that he's been doing that for a long time. I honestly believe he's part of smoking big nut. By the way, he's almost unhinged when being questioned. I'm gonna be honest, by the question they're having of him of the situation, it seemed like he probably was a part of it if what he said in 2015 is accurate, because again, they came after his life, things like that. But at the same time, I based off the evidence I've been hearing, again, I haven't watched the whole trial, right? I've been hearing bits and pieces of it, you know. And what we heard so far, I really don't think they have strong enough evidence besides Woody's words to say that these guys they have charged this time. Mind you, this is the second set of fellas that are being charged with that murder. I don't believe they have accurate, valid, without a doubt evidence who killed them. I feel like they have, again, a person like Woody that told a little bit of this. Okay, so now we're going to tie it into this. Okay, now we're going to tie it into B. I feel like, again, I just don't see the evidence for the murder. And we kind of, I think it was yesterday or the day before, I kind of went back and forth with the comments about it. Like, I don't feel like they had enough evidence to put the murder on anybody. I feel like the conspiracy thought of the whole situation makes sense for it to be YSL. Makes sense for it to be Young Thug, because they're painted as they were bumping heads with each other. But as far as like actual evidence, I don't think they have evidence to prove who actually committed the murder in all actuality, right? In my opinion, of course. Another thing that stood out to me yesterday with Woody, he said that when he talked to Thug after the murders, after everybody was putting his name in it, Thug said, let 12 handle it. Now, I tell y'all the truth, okay? I don't know it all. I ain't been a part of a lot of everything. But I ain't never heard nobody that was actually involved in a murder said let 12 handle it. Especially to their homeboy that's supposed to be down with the shit or supposed to be like inside him. I just personally feel like if it really was something and they was all down together with this shit, I feel like Thug response would have been different. Thug would have been like, well, shit, go down there and see what they know. Or, hey, don't say shit about nothing. Like, but his response to say, let 12 handle it with no other shit to go with it in 2015. That threw me for a loop. Because I'm like, who the fuck gonna say that? Right, Lamar. Like, who's gonna say that? Now they said that this is what he said in 2015 in his interrogation video. So if he said in 2015, Thug said, let 12 handle it, I don't think he has shit to do with it. Now that's just my view on it, because I've never known a person that was involved in some shit to say let the police handle it. For sure. Now I done seen maybe some victims or victims' families say it and they be on some other shit, but I've never seen an actual defendant or somebody that's supposed to be part of the crime say let 12 handle it. So yeah, and again, and that's and I'm him, his conversation, his comment is again what some of the jury may be thinking. Some of the jury may buy into these people killed this person. Because again, it's about emotions, right? They tap into emotions. Jurors are regular people. As a society, majority of us lead and live by emotion, right? So remember, they already had Nuts family talk, okay? You can't help but to have some type of sympathy for a family that lost the son, right? So now they're like, okay, boom, I got the sympathy emotion into the jury. Now I'm gonna bring in this witness that's part of all types of shit that basically on the stand told us he was about that life. He was willing to pack it down if it came down to it. Like he done basically set the tone on what type of time he's been on and is on. So I feel like right now it's definitely an emotion play. I have yet, and again, I haven't watched the whole trial, so I want to put emphasis on that. What I have gathered so far from what pieces I have watched and heard, I feel like evidence is lack thereof. I feel like their biggest, and normally, in my opinion, when a murder is tied up into a RICO, it's going to be more evidence of the conspiracy. Because I said it the other day, if they had actual concrete evidence in the murder, it wouldn't have took them 7 to 8 years to come at these boys on the murder. Okay, they're not like I think somebody said like, well, the feds do it, right? Yeah. We ain't the feds, okay? These state attorney's office, they ain't had enough, right? For no murder. And I feel like that's why it's tied into this RICO. Because without proving the conspiracy, they're not gonna get any type of conviction up on the murder. And that's my opinion, okay? I feel like it's tied into it because that's the only way to close the case. All right. And so much stuff has happened, between these alleged group of people that you can't help but to kind of maybe they're right. But I think that this RICO is mainly about getting justice for the murder and not the gang. I definitely think it's they're out to get this gang. This is the thing. Not per se Young Thug, but this particular group of men have long rap sheets. They've been terrorizing this area. Fannie Willis has political aspirations. So why not? For black female DA, let's clean up the streets. Okay, let's clean up Cleveland Avenue. Let's get some of these guys that have terrorized the city. I'm going to be like a martyr to the people. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like it's definitely the game. However, yeah, let's close a cold case while we at it type thing. I really, to be honest, just my opinion, I don't feel like they really did this for justice for the murder, personally. Good morning, Haitian. Um, the way runs its courtroom is disturbing. I will send more info. Give me by the end of the day. All right, yeah, like it's crazy in there. Okay, let's say that it's definitely crazy in that courtroom. Like I said, you don't even have to know a lot about courtrooms. You don't have to even have been in the courtroom to know it's some shit off in that courtroom. Okay. They got bigger issues other than just the issues they got in prosecuting the case or like trying this case. They got internal shit going on because Adrian Love basically threw a little hissy fit and filed a motion for the judge to overturn all his sustained objections on leading the witness. Because again, it is frowned upon for a prosecution office to be leading their witness. You know what I'm saying? So, because it's like, okay, you're trying to get them to say what it is you want them to say. All right, let's see. Just want to make sure we're listening. But yeah. So that's what we're at, y'all. It's kind of just up in the air right now. I feel like as far as the jury, I feel like they're probably divided right now. Because not enough of anything has actually been provided or been like substantiated other than a conspiracy. And I said it on day 1 or 2 of Woody testimony. I said that, I feel like they honing in on the connection because that's all they got. They got pictures, social media posts, they got all that to prove that these guys, right, are part of a alleged gang, right? And they all hung together. And they all respectfully, right, have been in and out of jail for a extended period of time. So the conspiracy is what would, in my opinion, if the trial ended today, will be what convicts them. Now, on another note, the earth is flat, a flat plane. Okay. All right, y'all, let's see. So we just waiting for them to start. And we'll be back at it. Let's see. I don't know. Let me see if 11 Alive is because my channel got its own ads that come in, and then on top of that, ads from their damn thing be just too much for me. Okay. Truth of the matter is they really don't have anything on Thugger. Yep. But see, the problem is, and I mean, I guess that's the problem and the plus side of Rico is the conspiracy. I gave y'all an example. Quando Rondo again is in the same situation as Thug. They have nothing tying directly back to him. However, they can connect the blocks leading up to him. Same thing with Young Thug. He again don't have no connection per se to a lot of shit or a lot of the defendants. However, you got a witness on the stand right now saying, hey, I used to hang with Thug. They showed pictures of him. And guess what? My ace boon coons was Shannon Stillwell and Lil D, which is the making on, I forgot his last name, but you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they really, so it's like they don't have nothing on them, but they do have something on them in parts of the conspiracy. And that was the whole point of them doing this as a Rico. So, yeah. As much time as Thug been in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? They ass knew that this is a big fish for them. All right, they shrink good. Let me switch my feed to them. Shout out to 11 Alive. Okay. So yeah, y'all, we just waiting. They never on time. Okay, never ever ever. But we just here waiting to see what's gonna go down today. To my understanding, I think this is supposed to last to about 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern time. I told y'all I got consultations set up for today So at some point, I won't be actively on stream. However, the stream is going to continue and I'll be watching the chat. But yeah, I got to multitask today. A lot going on, but I want to make sure we finished out the week with getting to it, okay? Hopefully we can recap at the end of it. I should be done with my consultation because I think my last one is about at 4:30. So yeah. 2 o'clock is crazy because I won't listen. I was knocked out. I wasn't supposed to get up to 1:30 technically to start prepping for my consultation for the day. So I had to wake up even early because I was like, damn, let me go ahead and start the stream so I don't have to be rushing trying to get it done. So they don't start at 2. I'm gonna be mad as hell because I could have still been asleep for an extra hour. Y'all know I work really late night, so it'd be hard as hell to get up early. Even 12 o'clock is early. I'm struggling trying to get up at 11 o'clock. So, yeah. But that's what we got. We just waiting. So yawning now. So I'm ready to go back to sleep. But I gotta get my A game on because I'm about to have to talk that talk on these consultations. So yeah, I'm about to get my life right. But hopefully this shit come on real soon. So in the meantime, in between time, y'all got any comments, opinions, questions, put them in the chat. Because again, I don't really like leaving y'all on silence, but I don't really have much more to say. That's pretty much my stance on where we are now. Next week. Okay. So a couple things. Side note, right? To my viewers. So next week, probably Wednesday or Thursday, we should have an update on the Family Boy situation. His court hearing is next week. Also, on the 25th is when the Brian Steele court hearing is going to be held. We're definitely going to cover that because that's going to be interesting. Let me see. I will be in Atlanta at the end of the month. I'm not sure if I'm going to go by the trial or not because I don't know how it is. Look, I feel like, especially in court settings, I feel like I'm getting a little known, and I don't know how it would be going up in there. So I might, depending on the pushback or how it goes, as far as me to get access in there, because I don't want no problems. Okay, getting kicked out of one courtroom was enough. But we'll see. I'll let y'all know that I'll be at the end of the month. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say what we had going on for the rest of the month. Cause hey, we ain't had nothing else to talk about. So yeah, we just waiting on. Go get my piece of candy. Y'all. Hey, this chat be making me laugh like hell. These people really just be talking. It's going so fast. They said Woody ate the Italian beef and Pepsi special. That's crazy. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
You need more than that?
No, that's enough. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. What else they say? YSL Steel and YSL Barbie got this house jumping. Maybe they have. Yes. Go ahead. Without making a mess. They said they having an ex parte meeting. Crazy. All right, I was just waiting. Let's see. Let me look on Instagram.
Mommy, this one.
Blue.
Blue?
Yeah. Y'all excuse the little short person in the back talking to me, interrupting my session here. All right. Let's see what he's talking about.
Did the murder. I was set to acquit. I had my mind made up. But then Woody took the stand. And Woody convinced me beyond a reasonable doubt that Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, aka King Slime, is the one that orchestrated the murder of Nut. That's what the prosecution wants. The prosecution put Woody on the stand so that he could be the tiebreaker. Anybody that was on the fence about King Slime murdering Nut. Where did they get these names from? I mean, come on now. Y'all grown. Y'all are absolutely grown, calling each other Nut and Lil Woody, Lil D. Lil D, guys, and it came out on the stand yesterday. Lil D is the son of Lil Woody. Or at least Lil Woody considers himself the father of Lil D. So Lil D's father, Lil Woody, is the one that's trying to finger Young Thug for murdering Nut. Come on, man. How does it work? We are just waiting for the judge to take the bench. While we are waiting, let me bring up my co-pilot, my number one co-host. Y'all know who she is. We got AV to the 7th power.
Hi, y'all.
AV to the 7th power. AV, let them know who you are, where they can find you, what you got going on.
Yeah, you guys can find.
He cracking me up. But I will say, in their defense, they was churned back then, okay? He wasn't wrong. Well, Nut was like 20-something when he died. Give me a second. Because, like, I think he said he was born in 1991. The murder happened, in 2015? How old would he have been? Well, and Woody said his name was there his whole life, so I don't know, child, but that was funny. He's talking about grown ass men calling themselves that. Oh, well, yeah, they was definitely grown, 24-ish. But, yeah. I mean, hell, look at their rap name. Young Thug. Like, Young Jesus, I guess that's just where to go with. But that was funny, I ain't gonna lie. I thought I seen heads moving in the court. That's why I had switched over. Let me see what they're talking about. Oh, Lord. They got a lawyer girl over there doing the slime symbol. That's crazy. Ah. All right, so we just wait. The lead attorney is definitely funny to watch. You gotta love heavy on the opinion sometimes. Shout out to everybody that pulled up on us last night for Tea Time Thursday. Y'all know we was late as hell, half sleep, but we had a good show. Appreciate y'all. We trying to get in the habit of going every week, but sometimes with scheduling. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna take the hit. It's kind of hard for me to kind of commit to a weekly thing sometimes at this point in time, because I do be having like things come up throughout the week, bookings and stuff. So it just be kind of hard. So don't hold it to my heart, hold it to my mind. It'd be crazy on the back end of the Mickey Truth world. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna try to keep it going. If not every week, every other week. Miss me be fussing at us, but it really be me because I just be like, don't go all the damn time. And sometimes it's hard to even be stationary at my computer to handle some of this stuff. But I appreciate everybody. Yeah, Miss Me is definitely hilarious. Shout out to Miss Me with that bullshit, with that BS, excuse me. And Cabela Rock said, bruh, Lamar. Lamar is like, he had us dying last night. I think I'm gonna have to clip that down and post it. That's crazy. Big pause on Lil Dean Y'all crazy. Y'all, these motherfucking fruities taste so good. All right. We just here. What else I was about to say? This court is on black people time to like the 10th power. You know, they be like, you on color people time. This got to be the darkest color in the box, the type of time they on. This is crazy. This is definitely crazy. I'm pretty sure, I don't even think the prosecution is going to finish today with him. So I think it's going to roll over to next week. As far as his testimony for the prosecution. Yeah. I am actually intrigued to find out how it's gonna go with the defense. That's gonna be some interesting shit. All right. They ain't talking about that on their channel. Oh, I was hoping looking at Instagram. See, if they would have been on time, it would have transitioned perfectly. Because I came in with my whole spiel. I gave the recap, all that. It was perfect. Now they take so long, it'd be like, well, I ain't got nothing else to say about it. Oh, shoot, it's 120. All right. What up this weekend? So, I did. Oh, matter of fact, Music just posted it on his page. I'm about to. I missed this. Okay, I don't know where my little antennas was. Okay, but did y'all catch this right here?
For Echo Hotel and 164 Echo.
I missed the whole situation. Did y'all see that part? I definitely missed that. When I seen that this morning, I said, "What the fuck did that happen?" I definitely missed that part. Okay, I know it was said that she cried, but I thought it was because she was stressed out. That could be why she cried. I didn't even catch that part. And see, that's why you can tell my mind and be other places when I be watching court, because I be missing like the bloopers per se that they be catching, like the blogs be catching. Because the blogs don't really be giving a damn. What is that you just dropped? Stop messing with your hair. Woody smelled that fish patty on Hilton. That's crazy. I do not remember him coughing and doing that. Well, it's been so much coughing going on. How it fell out? Go watch TV. All right, let's see. So they not bad. Let's look at some of the bloopers over the week.
Talk to me in a way that I can understand. Sure. Look, Echo Hotel and 164 Echo. Get back.
That is funny. That is hilarious. Man, listen. Going through all that on live stream. He in Chinese. I don't know what I'm eating actually. I don't even know. I'm really just waking up. Hell, I need breakfast, but I don't know. I've been wanting Chinese food all week, though. I might eat it for dinner. Because I think my day should be done by 8 o'clock. So I might eat it for dinner. All right, people, let's get this show on the road. Because in about 30 minutes, I'm going to have we might be watching The Leading Lawyer for about 30 minutes. Because my first consultation is at 2 p.m. and they last 30 minutes. As a matter of fact, while I'm sitting here, I could have been getting ready for that. Where my computer? Do I got paper and nothing up? Y'all know there be a lot going on. Do they have good barbecue in your city? Of course. We in the South, baby. But yeah, I know everybody say that, but yeah, we got good barbecue. All right. While we waiting for them to start, I'm actually about to work on my stuff I need for my consultation today. So I'm looking at the check though. And I promise y'all, those who have asked me, I'm going to get the Truth Team News stuff on and popping. It just be, I gotta get, I don't know. I got an assistant, but at the same time, I don't be wanting to put everything in her hands to like go through. I be wanting to still be a part of it. So it be still slowing me down. I got to rethink how I structure things because it'd be hard trying to get things done in a timely manner for new things I want to do. So y'all bear with me, those who have hit me up about that. Hopefully, I know I said I was trying to have it up and going by June 1st. Hopefully next month I can get it on and going. If you haven't though, make sure you follow that Instagram page, Truth Team News. And there on my yeah, we are waiting. Let me put that in the chat. We are waiting for court to start. And I'm just preparing for my consultation while we wait and talking. So that's what we got going on right now. I'm working a case in your neck of the woods, Blue. I'm about to cut it off. Alexa, stop. Yep. See, I thought y'all would have just had to get up for the day. I need a folder. Got to create a folder. I need a vanilla folder. I'm trying through so many vanilla folders. I think I go through a pack like a month. And I'm talking about the big pack. I need to clean some of these folders out. But I don't even be tripping because I went from just having content folders, okay, to what's up? Good morning, Denise guys. Set Alexa off. I'm in traffic right now helping Aunt Judy. I'm talking about Aunt Judy. I do want to say I appreciate everybody that has been booking my consultations with me. Look, at the end of the day, those who really want to support your movement will support your movement. They say, you know what, you're right. We value what you have to say, that we're going to follow directions and book consultations. Because I tell y'all, I told y'all at the beginning of the year, I no longer just be shooting the shit no more in the inboxes. You got to book the consultation for that end of the day business. And since I started doing that, I have less drama and all that, even with content creators. So shout out to everybody that has been supporting the move. We still waiting. I think I need case off this one. Let's see here. I just need page 2. Yeah, this page 2. Thank you. Should be wanting to print the whole damn book. Page 2. Why are you trying to? Oh, because I had to save the PDF. All right. Can you print it down, please?
Court would now come to order.
We got action, y'all.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. All right, Deputy Hudson, all of our jurors present? Okay, all right. Is Mr. Copeland back with us? Yes. Okay. Anything to take up before Mr. Copeland comes out? All right. Oh, yeah. What's my name? All right. We're back on the record in the matter of the state of Georgia versus Cleef Adams et al. In 22 SC 183572. Mr. Stillwell, Mr. Botts, and Mr. Shard, good afternoon. All right, Mr. Williams, Mr. Steele, Mr. Adams, and Mr. Pines, good afternoon. All right, Mr. Kendrick and Mr. Weinstein, good afternoon. Yes, all right, Mr. Huey and Mr. Matthews Sr., good afternoon. All right, and Mr. Nichols and Mr. Garner, good afternoon. And Mr. Ryan and Misty Williams, good afternoon. Okay, Ms. Haltwinger, sorry, I apologize. Good afternoon, madam. All right, and then for representatives from the state, Ms. Atkins, Ms. Love, and Ms. Hilton. All right, okay. Mr. Kokomo, good afternoon, sir. All right, Mr. Yusuf, good afternoon, sir. All right, I think I got all the important people, really important people. All right, okay. Where's Ms. Knight?
It's her special days.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right, let's summon our jurors then, okay? All right. Bring Mr. Copeland back in, please.
And his wave still in there.
Thank you.
The judge that he got just a t-shirt on today. He only wore like a collar shirt one time this week. G Money, you already know. It's Friday too. He said, fuck that. You got to turn up.
All rise to the jury.
With the white suit. I ain't see a white suit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, thank you, Officer Hudson. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury, good afternoon. All right, sorry you had to compete with the vice president in traffic today. So all of you that may have had to come down here today. So without further delay, we're going to go ahead and continue with examination of our current witness. Mr. Copeland, you're still under oath, okay?
Good afternoon. All right. So yesterday we left off talking about your interview that you did on February 20th, 2015. Going back to the incident in which you, your girlfriend at the time, and your child was being shot at, do you remember seeing any of the individuals who shot at you?
I never saw no one that shot at me at that time.
Do you recall in that interview a period of time where the detective left the room and you were speaking with your girlfriend and you told her that you knew who shot at you?
I never saw nobody. I never saw who shot at me. If I saw who shot at me, I would never told the police who shot at me.
Do you recall in this same February 20th, 2021 interview that when the detective left the room, you said to your girlfriend, this shit not gonna work. Sit right here and be a damn snitch, so I'm gonna keep going. Do you recall telling your girlfriend that?
I don't recall.
Okay. And then she responded, so, you might be effective on the listener.
I'll rule the objection, sir. I'll rule, sir.
So what you're saying, why you acting like you did? And she said, you should have just said, no, I thought you know all of them. And you said to her, I do know who it was. Do you recall telling her that?
I know that I knew the camera. I knew that I was being recorded. So I kind of knew what I was doing.
Okay. And then you said, I saw him. I did when he jumped out the car. I know exactly who I saw.
Nobody never got out of the car. So this clearly proved that I knew what I was doing.
Do you recall telling your girlfriend that?
I don't recall what I told her.
Okay. And this was when the detectives had left the room.
I don't recall if they left the room or if they stayed in.
Do you recall further in the interview when the detectives asked you whether or not any of the people who did this had ever been to your home, you instructed your girlfriend to tell the detectives who had recently been at the house.
I don't recall what I told him.
Do you recall the detective asking anybody you let come over to the house recently that normally ain't been by there? And then you told Deshaun, tell him who been there. Do you recall that?
If I brought anybody to my house, I'm 100% sure they know not to play with me.
Okay. Do you also remember when you and your girlfriend were in the room by yourself, you told your girlfriend it was Tay and them who did this to you?
I don't recall.
Was it Tay that shot at your vehicle?
I don't believe so.
Do you recall in that same interview being concerned about being labeled a snitch?
I don't care about what I'm being labeled as.
Let me ask you this. During this time when your home was when you were being shot at with your daughter and your then girlfriend, how many other family members' homes have been shot at that year?
I'll sustain as to speculation. I will overrule as to hearsay from Mr. Steele.
To your knowledge, how many of your family members' homes have been shot up back in 2015 after Nut died?
Overrule, sir.
I can't recall.
Do you know? Okay, let me ask you this. Was your brother's home shot at?
No.
Okay. Was your girlfriend's mother's home shot at?
Yes.
Okay. Was your sister's home shot at?
Yes.
Was your grandmother's home shot at?
No.
Did you think you were being retaliated against?
Huh?
When all the shootings were happening at your family members' homes, did you think you were being retaliated against?
I didn't think.
Did you know?
Clearly.
Okay. Why were you being retaliated against?
Because people said I killed Nut.
And do you know who was doing the retaliation?
No.
Do you recall telling detective in the same February 20th interview that it was a whole gang after you?
Anytime the investigator talked to me, I do not recall what I have told them.
So you don't recall telling them that it was a whole gang after you?
I was told them whatever I think that I need to tell them to convince them to stop watching me.
Was there a whole gang after you?
I don't know.
Was the entire IF gang after you?
I seen a few of them, so I can't say that.
Which were the ones that you saw?
I don't know.
Earlier, I asked you about whether you were concerned about being labeled a snitch. Do you recall telling Detective Copeland?
Detective who?
Excuse me, Detective Copeland. Detective Curry.
Now I'm a detective.
Or was it? I made a mistake. Sorry,
Correct.
Detective Mr. Copeland. I'm about to ask you a question. Do you recall telling the detective, I know if I tell you what's going on, they're going to be on records and all this here, and you're going to get him locked up, and he's going to get his discovery package. First thing they're going to do is send it to 2 places, to the street and to prison, and float it all around the city of Atlanta, and then all around prison. But my name's over that. I'm not going that way. No, I'm not going through none of that. Look, they shot at me, my girl, and my baby. Almost shot my face off as we were running. I'm not for sure, but I thought I heard one of the bullets hit the car seat or graze the car seat. Were you concerned about snitching in this interview?
I was concerned trying to get my story together, so I was trying to buy time.
Did you also tell in that same interview, I just know the trouble I'm putting myself in. Just know I don't want to have nothing. I don't want to have nothing, man. I can't go to no job. I can't do none of this shit. I know the street not going to be here forever. All things going on right now, just waiting on you niggas to catch up and kill me. Again, not wanting to snitch on who did this to you, your child, and your baby.
My only motive was anytime the police questioned me was try to figure out how could I get myself out of it. Anytime they asked me any questions, I was trying to, if I couldn't come up with no answer right then and there, I was trying to buy time to think of something to say.
When you met with Mr. Curry, weren't you going there as a victim of an aggravated assault? When you went to go meet with the detective that's in that picture,
Okay.
weren't you going to talk with him about being a victim of a crime?
No, I was shooting back. So I thought they were going to try to lock me up for shooting back.
But during the course of that interview, were you made aware that they weren't planning on arresting you because you were protecting yourself?
When they said they would take me downtown, I put my hand behind my back and told him, "You gonna lock me up? Come on, get it out the way now."
And did they ever lock you up?
Cause he wanted the gun. So he gave me 24 hours to give him the gun. When he let me go, I didn't come back with the gun. So they sent the SWAT team to my house to get me.
But when you went the first day, did they ever put handcuffs on you?
Cause they wanted the gun.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
You hadn't answered the question.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
One of the officers pulled them out and he told him we don't need that.
Okay, so they never put handcuffs on you?
Overruled, sir.
Did they ever put handcuffs on you?
I don't think so.
Okay. And when you left the interview, did you leave that interview without any handcuffs on you?
Yeah, I left. I went back to the streets.
So again, when you went in this interview, you were not in trouble.
I was.
Basis. Overruled, sir.
Were you arrested at all on February 20th when you went to go speak to the police about being shot at? Were you ever arrested that day when you went down to tell the police about what happened to you, your child, and your girlfriend?
They locked me up the next day.
I asked you, were you arrested that day?
No, they locked me up the next day.
Were you arrested that day?
Overruled, sir.
Were you arrested that day?
No.
Did you want the police to go and find the people who actually killed Nut so that people would stop retaliating against you?
Yeah.
Do you recall being asked by the detective, you knew one of them. I know you knew one of them. Your face tells the story. Now, out of all the ones, I mean, you might know the other ones, but I know you know one of them because the face tells the story. Because the face tells the story of somebody being close that you trusted. And your response was, it ain't that. The truth is, I wouldn't say that person because I'm not 100% sure, but I know only one person.
What's the base of your objection, sir?
Foundation, predicate.
Okay. All right. Foundation and predicate. I'll sustain the objection. Go ahead and rephrase, madam.
Did you know at least one of the individuals that were shooting at you back in February of 2015?
On my daughter's life, when that car pulled up on me, all I saw was a gun come out the window. They said, I never seen no one face. They was questioning me. They constantly kept telling me, you gonna let dudes shoot at you and your kids and this and that. And I'm telling them, and they won't believe me that I'm telling them, I didn't see nobody's face. I didn't see nobody's face. And then after a while, I got tired of asking me, so I don't recall if I just went ahead and said, yeah, I seen Tay. I don't know how it came out, but in my heart, and still to this day in my heart, I do not believe Tay had anything to do with me getting shot at.
Okay. Do you recall telling your girlfriend when it was just the two of you, I did when he jumped out the car? I know exactly who I saw.
I don't, at that point, it was so much pressure on me. Yeah, I mean, my daughter crying, I'm trying to take her to the hospital. Somebody pull up on me, shooting. I'm trying to figure out what made me have the gun to go to the hospital. It's all type of stuff going through my mind. I don't know. Too much going on. Yeah, I can't, because she keep asking me these questions and.
Mr. Copeland, just take a breath, okay? We do need to take down your testimony, so you do need to speak a little slower, all right? Okay?
All right.
Are you? Can we continue?
I don't got nothing else to say.
About which part? Regarding the gun that you used to shoot back at these individuals, who were you going to give? Which police officer were you going to give the gun to?
Huh?
Which police officer were you going to give the gun to?
Neither.
Okay. Who did you tell them you were going to give the gun to?
Whichever one they were asking for it.
Do you recall them telling you needed to give the gun to Gaither?
I don't recall. I know they said they want that gun. It's part of the investigation. I knew it was a trick. I told him if he let me go, I go get it and bring it back. He went for it.
And why didn't you get the gun?
Huh?
Why didn't you go and give them the gun?
You know, it helped him lock me up.
At any point in time, did you ever get arrested for shooting back at those individuals?
Thank God.
Do you recall them asking you some more questions about Tay, and you providing them information about where Tay was from, what part of Atlanta he was from?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall the detective asking you, we only know there's a guy by the name of Tay. Where's Tay from? What area he live in? And you told him that he was from Simpson Road area. You recall telling the detective that?
I guess I don't remember what I said to him.
Do you recall?
Because at that point he had put too much pressure on me, and you know what I mean. I'm just thinking because he told me. I remember him saying he want that gun. That's all I remember him kept saying. He want that gun.
And when you say putting pressure, what do you mean?
Same thing you doing to me now. You keep putting pressure on me.
Okay. Was he yelling at you at all during this interview?
I think he kept saying, I'm letting people shoot at me while I got my child, and my loyalty to the streets, my loyalty to my child.
Okay. So was he just trying to get you to tell him who did this to you, your child and your baby?
I stand the questions to form.
Did he ever threaten you to give a name?
Nah, but he kept asking me to make me say a name, and you like how you keep asking me a question. I'm gonna say something to answer you, so you can stop asking me the same question.
Were you concerned about how you were going to survive the attacks on you and your family?
Yes.
And again, were you concerned that because you had already spoken to the police about Nuts' homicide, that people were considering you a snitch, that people thought you were a snitch?
I don't get what you're saying. Can you say that again?
Were you concerned that people already thought that you were a snitch when you did this interview?
What interview?
With the detective after you were shot at? After you were shot at with your girlfriend and your daughter?
No, my only concern was no.
Do you recall telling the detective in this same February 20th interview, I left down here, I came and talked down here. Everybody look at me like I'm a snitch now. It's just like I can't get no money. You know, I was just getting money just by doing nothing. It's just like, hey man, I need to borrow this right here, just hanging around, going to the mall. He paid for everything, but all of them now, they all come out here, they think I'm a snitch.
I always got my own money. When I need money, I know how to go get it.
Would Thug give you money at times?
I'm not a handout type of person.
Would Thug give you money at times?
I never asked Thug for no money.
Would Thug give you money at times?
I can't recall if he gave me money, but I never asked him for no money.
When you said he paid for everything, who were you referencing?
The big money, the ballers.
Were you concerned that young Thug had washed his hands of you?
Huh?
Were you concerned because you had been speaking to police that Thug had washed his hands of you?
No, I didn't need Thug.
All right. Do you recall telling the detective in the same interview on February 20th, 2015, he asked you, so basically Young Thug washed his hands of you? And your response, yeah, because I came and talked to the detectives and them folks in the street saying I'm a snitch, I'm a snitch, I'm a snitch. Nobody don't want to hang around me. I called my partners. They don't want to hang around me. It's like, what the hell? What the hell all this come from? What the hell is going on? Do you recall telling the police that?
The police so concerned about Thug, I was removing myself from him.
Got him.
Do you recall at all talking to this detective about what happened that Monday night at Club Crucial with you and Kel, the fight between you and Kel?
I don't recall nothing specific that me and him talk about outside of the shooting with my child. And I barely remember some of this stuff. You talking about some years ago when I don't even know what I did 3-4 days ago. Like,
He bite his nails. Yeah.
Do you recall telling your girlfriend, again, when the two of you were alone in the room, no matter which way it go, I'm going to lose anyway if I tell them that Tay did it? You recall having that conversation with your girlfriend?
you say it again?
Sure. Do you recall being alone in that same interview room with your girlfriend and you told her, no matter which way it go, I'm going to lose anyway if I tell them that Tay did it?
On my child life, once again, on Izari life, I never seen no one face that was in that car shoot at me. At any time, if they got out the car, to this point, I never knew who shot at me. So when that detective was asking me, I just had to come up with something. I got no reason to lie about it. I didn't see nobody who shot at me. So y'all going back into interrogation when I'm telling you the truth. I don't know who shot at me. I have told them I didn't know. When they're going to keep asking me, make me know, okay, cool. I'm going to say, I'm done.
Do you recall being hesitant in the February 21st interview, and we're going to get to that interview with Detective Gaither, when she showed you a photographic lineup, and you actually eventually pointed Tay out of a photographic lineup?
Because I know Gaten. You know what I mean? I know Gaten. I know they, you know what I mean? She one of them people that she got it out for me, so I didn't care. I was just trying to get it off. I get them out for me and trying to convince her. And trying to convince her is very hard to do. So I gotta I had to go through with it, even though in my heart, I knew that he didn't shoot at me, or he would have never shot at me. And to be more clear on it, before I went back to jail the last time, I was right around him. So I would never be with nobody that I believe shot at me while I had my child.
Why did you say Tay did it versus anyone else?
First thing came to my mind.
Why was Tay the first person that came to your mind versus anyone else?
Because in the midst of trying to convince the police so they could leave me alone, I just got shot at. Only thing was in my mind was, get back.
Okay, but you had to beef with Kel. Why not say it was Kel?
Because I had to convince them. I gotta make it seem. If I say Kel shot me, they're gonna, how you know? How Kel know where you stay at? So I gotta come up with something to make them know. Okay, well, Tay been over here. You know what I mean? So okay, Tay. I don't know. Like,
But
listen, you keep asking me. I told you I don't know who shot at me.
why would Gaither have it out for you?
That would be speculation, sir.
I sustain the objection.
Well, you said she had it out for you. What makes you think she had it out for you?
I'll let him answer that question. It's posed.
You said she had it out for you. What makes you think she had it out for you?
Because she was trying her best to get me. She be trying to catch me.
Didn't she advise you to leave town? But Your Honor, it's a contradiction of what?
Not a contradiction.
Hold on. That come from the interview. Where's that come from? Where's that statement come from?
His interview with her during the course
You
of
need to reference that. I'll rule the objection.
in your February 21st interview with her, then she asked you to leave town, go somewhere else, Cobb County, Clayton County. Then she said to lay low so that you wouldn't get killed.
No, she was saying it because she's saying that my name was my. She just said my name kept coming up a lot.
Right. So she did not want you to be harmed. So why would she have it out for you?
I sustain the objection. You can rephrase.
During the course of that interview, was she encouraging you to lay low? Do you recall her doing that?
I think she was. I thought she was faking. So I don't know.
Outside of the interviews, would you talk to Gaither? Would you call Gaither on the phone?
No. The only time I talked to Gaither is when she called, but it was never about nothing in the streets or nothing.
Right. So
it was, hey, Miss Copeland, your name involved in the shooting. We want you downtown. This only time she called me, hey, Miss Copeland, they say you shot up this person's house. We need you downtown. I don't recall me and her having no conversations about nothing.
when you were locked up, would you have your girlfriend call Detective Gaither for you so you can speak with her?
You heard where I was, right? Where was I? In jail?
So if she had it out for you, why are you trying to call Detective Gaither?
Because I'm trying to, all she got to do is give me a name up here, try to convince her so she can get me out of jail.
But if she has it out for you, why would you trust Detective Gaither?
I don't trust her. I'm trying to play on her.
I want to go back very briefly to the interview that you did, the first interview you did with Detective Gaither, after your car was shot up on the car was shot at on the highway. Okay. During that interview, at the time when your car got shot at, did you know about Lucci's mother's home being shot at?
What you mean?
Were you aware that Lucci's mother's home was shot at?
Huh?
When you met with Detective Gaither,
right,
about what happened on the highway, during that time period, were you aware of Lucci's mother's home being shot at?
No.
Do you recall talking to Detective Gaither in that January 28th interview about Lucci's home being shot at?
I can't recall.
During that interview, Do you remember telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis that Lucci's mama and dad got shot? So Nick called Big Boo's phone, and we was at Big Boo's house. Do you recall telling them that?
I don't recall.
Let me ask you this. Do you recall independently being with Big Boo and Lucci's manager calling his house, calling his phone, trying to give him $20,000 to find out whoever shot up Lucci mama's house?
I'll sustain this form. You can rephrase.
Do you recall being at Big Boo's house and someone from Lucci's manager calling Big Boo back in 2015?
I don't recall.
Sure.
I can go out.
All right. Hold on.
What I missed just now? I was listening, but then it went silent. I was trying to multitask. What they had a sidebar about?
All right, let's bring Mr. Copeland back in, please. All right, so you can continue when ready.
Thank you. So I'll just ask you again. Back in 2015, do you recall being with Big Boo when Lucci's manager called him?
I don't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Dennis and Gaither in the January 28th interview, Lucci's mama and dad got shot, so Nick called Big Boo's phone. We was at Big Boo's house. And the first thing that nigga said was, hey, boo, Lucci's mom and dad got shot. Somebody shot up his mama and dad. Somebody's house got shot up. It's $20,000. It's $20,000, man. There's $20,000 on their head, or whatever they said. And you heard that conversation.
I don't recall.
Okay. And once you heard the conversation, that you took the phone from Big Boo and you told the person on the phone, I ain't did nothing. I didn't do that, bro. You know, don't scream my name. I didn't do that. And you kept telling that person that you did not shoot up his mother's house. Do you recall doing that?
I don't recall.
And did you shoot up Lucci's mama's house? You shake your head just so.
No.
Okay. Now, back in 2015, who were the people that you would spend the most time outside of your family? Who were the people that you would spend the most time with?
Huh?
Back in 2015, outside of your family, who were your friends that you spent the most time with?
My friends.
Who?
You want me to name every single person?
Yeah.
I'm not about to name every single person.
Okay. So who were the people that you would spend the most time with?
I can't recall.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you only keep a couple people around you, and it's really just Little D and Shannon? Do you recall telling them that?
Probably so. I can't recall.
Okay. And then you also said sometimes Moonsoon, but he might come around, but not every day.
I don't recall.
And then you said, then you also further went to say, I really wouldn't want nobody around me but Little D.
Your Honor, form of the question is my same objection.
I'll sustain the question. You can rephrase.
Sure. Between Shannon and Little D, who's the person you would have most around you?
Huh?
Between Shannon and Little D, who would you spend more time with?
I can't. I don't know. I can't. I don't know.
Do you recall telling Detective Dennis and Gaither that I wouldn't want nobody around but Little D?
I probably said it because I was trying to run the play on them.
Okay.
But I don't remember what I said to them.
Back in 2015.
Anytime they question me, like I said, you keep asking me about what I supposed to told them. Anytime they question me, I just said whatever came to my mind or whatever I could have thought of in a split second. So I don't know. I don't know what I said to them.
Back in 2015, did you trust Little D?
Say that again?
Back in 2015, did you trust Little D?
No.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Dennis, I really have my trust in him, speaking about Little D?
You said I really had my trust in him?
Yes.
No, man.
And that,
Go ahead.
and that Little D ain't never going to turn his back on me.
I told you, I'm trying to tell them whatever they would have went for. Because yeah.
The gun that Little D from Cleveland bought from you from the pawn shop, what kind of gun was that?
I can't recall.
Do you recall it being, as you described, a chopper?
Probably so.
Can you tell the jury what you would describe as a chopper? What type of gun is a chopper?
I can't recall.
You don't know what type of gun a chopper is? Do you not know what type of gun a chopper is?
I don't know what I done told them.
I'm asking you separately. What kind of gun did Little D purchase for you?
A rifle,
Okay. Is a rifle a chopper?
I guess.
Have you ever had the occasion to give Nut back items that was stolen from him back in 2015 before he passed away?
Yeah,
Okay. First, who stole the items?
I didn't.
Do you recall telling me the other day that you did take the items?
Yeah, I said I don't.
Did you tell me
You
that?
just asked me that I gave it back to him. I gave it back to him.
Okay. My question is, do you know who stole it?
Huh?
Do you know who stole it?
I told him a friend of mine stole it.
Okay. Did you tell me something differently?
I probably did.
Do you remember what you told me?
What did I tell you?
Do you recall what you told me?
I just asked you.
So do you not recall what you told me?
I told you I gave it back to him.
Do you recall telling me that you actually stole those items, but you did give it back to him?
Do you have an objection? Basis.
Prosecutor is the lawyer.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the foundation for the question or form of the question or what?
Is that the prosecutor testifying as personal knowledge?
Your Honor, I'm asking.
Cross-examination.
Your Honor, I'm asking a question, but I can clarify who all was in the room.
Yeah, why don't we do that? I'll sustain the question as to the current.
Do you recall meeting with me, investigator Long, and maybe investigator Lancico, and telling us in the room that it was you who stole it, but you did give the items back to him?
I can't recall.
When you gave the items back to him, do you remember where you were? Where did you meet him at?
In my neighborhood,
Okay. And was he with anyone when you met with him to give the items back?
I think so.
Do you remember who he was with?
No, I can't. I can't say who the people was that were with him.
Do you remember him being with Greedy, his brother?
Probably so. I don't know.
Do you remember just telling the detectives in that January interview he was with Greedy, his brother was there?
I guess I don't know. I can't recall.
Do you remember what type of car Donovan had? Oh, excuse me, Nut had.
A truck.
Do you remember what kind of truck?
It was just a truck.
Do you remember telling the detectives back in that January interview it was a green Tahoe?
Probably did. I don't know.
Do you remember what the items were that you gave back to him?
Yeah, his driver license, phone, and his necklace.
Describe for the jury, if you remember, what the necklace looked like.
What you mean?
Do you remember what the necklace looked like? Do you remember what the chain looked like?
Yeah, it was a necklace.
Was it a peanut? Do you remember?
Oh, I think so. I think it was a nut. I don't.
If you don't remember, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. We just talked about who you would hang around with from Mechanicsville. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Dennis back in 2015 that you're not going to see you hang with anybody besides Shannon and Dee, who is from Mechanicsville?
Shannon ain't from Canterville.
Do you remember?
I don't remember saying it.
Okay. And do you remember also telling the detectives that there's not going to be one time that you and Dee are not together?
I don't recall. But it's not gonna be no time that me, D, and Shannon is not together. Not just me and D.
So the three of you will be together.
When me and D together, it's me, D, and Shannon.
Okay. Now, we've talked about briefly another interview that you did with Detective Gaither after you were arrested for probation once your child and your child's mother was shot at. Do you remember that? All right. And do you remember meeting with Detective Gaither after you had gotten arrested?
No.
When you met with Detective Gaither once you were arrested, as you discussed, were you upset that they arrested you for failure to comply with community service? I know you're shaking your head. You have to say yes or no for the record. And during the course of that interview, where you asked to tell Detective Gaither about what happened with you, Deshaun, and your daughter?
I don't recall.
Do you recall in that interview also talking to her about Nuts murder?
I can't recall.
And during this interview, do you recall telling her that on the day that Nut was killed, you initially were at home at Deshaun's house?
That's why I was, but I don't recall what I told her.
And that you got a phone call from Little D?
I don't know.
I'll sustain the objection.
We've already talked about where you were on the day that Nut passed away. Do you recall us talking about that over the course of the last few days?
I don't know.
Do you remember us talking about Nut's murder yesterday?
What you mean?
Do you remember me questioning you about where you were when Nut passed away yesterday?
You said you asked me that yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. If you don't remember, that's fine. Do you remember or no?
No, you didn't ask me yesterday.
Okay. Do you remember us talking about it since you've been on the stand, though?
Talking about what?
The day that Nut passed away.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right?
Okay. Cool. You're on permission to approach?
As long as you've shown that to the defense counsel, please.
Oh, Neat, you already know it. You already know it. They said, shit, you gonna work for this.
I'm showing you what's been marked as Thanksgiving 378 Yankee D1. Do you see yourself in that picture? Is that you?
I guess.
Does it look like you?
I guess.
Yes or no? Is that you?
If you say it's me, it's me.
I'm asking you, is it you?
Yeah, I guess. Yes, it's me.
And is that the type of vehicle?
It's like a man.
Do you recognize that to be Detective Gaither?
No, I can't tell if it's. I can't tell for real.
Was this? You are permission to. Courtroom office. You have permission to approach?
As long as you show that to the defense counsel.
Mr. Coco, I'm showing you a portion of 378 Yankee Delta on here. Does that look, do you see yourself in this video? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right. Looking at this screen, are you able to tell who that is?
Yeah, that's her.
That's her?
Yeah.
Does that appear to be the same individual in the picture that I have in front of you?
It looked like the same picture.
You're at this time the state would like to tender Stacy Bill 378 Yankee Delta 1.
Any objection to states 378 Yankee Delta 1? Hearing none, it's admitted, may be published as you see fit.
Mr. Kearns, can you enable share? And if you could bring it down, no, down. And just roll out. Thanks. Mr. Koba, are you able to see the date and the time of that interview?
Yeah, right there.
What is the date and time of that interview?
February 21,
Okay, and what year is that?
2015.
Now, during this interview, do you remember anyone else being in the interview room with you? Do you recall Detective Thorpe was in there with you?
I don't know.
Okay. And during that interview, do you recall talking to Detective Gaither again about what happened between you, Deshaun, and your baby?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay. And during that interview, did Detective Gaither also ask you who shot at you? Do you remember Detective Gaither asking you about that?
I don't remember.
Do you remember being concerned in that interview about being labeled a snitch as well?
I don't remember.
Do you recall Detective Gaither trying to encourage you to tell them who did it so she can help you so you don't have to be getting shot at in the streets?
But if I already told them Tay did, why would she be asking me that?
Because you recall this being the first interview with Gaither. You had not met Gaither prior to this interview.
I don't remember what me and Gaither talked about.
Okay.
Or what I said to her.
Do you remember telling her, if I tell you anything, guess what happens? That make it even worse. What makes it worse? Everybody, oh, now I'm a snitch. And remember her asking how you would snitch when somebody was trying to kill you and your baby. How was that snitching?
Okay. If there was the truth, why would I wait till later or at any point and say anything to the police? It's self-explanatory.
What is self-explanatory?
The whole thing. You seen here tonight what I told to the investigator, and I'm so concerned about being labeled a snitch. So why would I tell them the truth to anything if they trying to say I'm concerned about being labeled a snitch? So if I'm gonna tell them something that label sooner or later gonna get out in the streets, why would I be concerned about being labeled a snitch? It doesn't make sense.
Do you recall being reluctant to tell the detectives who it was?
No, I was trying to buy time to come up with something to tell them so they can get up off me or let me out of jail.
Okay. The interview that you had on February 20th, what time was your interview on February 20th, 2015? What time did that
This
say?
paper?
Yeah, what time does that say?
What about?
What time is it on here?
1:41
What, AM or PM?
a.m.
And then what time did you meet with Detective Gaither?
Well, look like I got on the right street outfit, so I didn't meet with her. And it say 3:53.
On February 21st?
Yeah,
Is that PM?
p.m.
So did you meet with Detective Gaither the next day after you met with the first investigator?
Yeah,
All right.
that's what this say.
So if you just wanted to make something up, didn't you have time to make up a new name if it wasn't Tay?
She would date me. It's harder to convince her. I got to, whatever I tell her, I got to stick with it.
Wouldn't you want to tell Gaither the truth if you were trying to get out of jail? If you were trying to get out of jail, wouldn't you tell her the truth?
But if she asks me about something that I don't know and I'm trying to get out of jail, I gotta act like I know.
Did you ever try just telling the truth to get out of jail?
Have I? Probably. I don't know what I don't told her, so I can't remember what I told her, so I don't.
How bad did you want to get out of jail?
I want to get out of jail.
So wouldn't you want to tell the truth to get out of jail versus lying?
Objection, that's been answered.
I'll rule the objection.
Wouldn't you want to tell the truth to get out of jail?
But if they ask me who shot at me, and I didn't see nobody shoot at me, and they constantly thinking that I seen somebody shoot at me, and I keep telling them I didn't see nobody shoot at me, they don't want to believe me, so what I got to do then? And if I feel like this is the only reason I'm going to jail, I got to stick to what I don't tell her.
So why tell your girlfriend that when no police are in the room?
I don't know.
Why tell your girlfriend that?
I don't know. I don't recall me sitting there just telling her that. I don't even understand how his name even came about from the start. I just know once I heard Tay, that's why I just stuck with Tay. I don't know if I brought it up. Which I doubt I brought it up because I didn't have no reason to bring your name up.
How would the police know who Tay was?
I don't know.
How would the police know if Tay was even in your neighborhood at the time?
I don't know.
So why would the police bring up Tay?
Then I said, I don't know.
I sustain the objection.
Do you recall providing Detective Gaither a picture of Tay before ever even getting into the interview room?
No.
Do you recall during the interview when you told her it was Tay, you told her, I gave you a picture of him?
I don't recall.
And do you recall her pulling up the picture and showing you the picture in the interview on her phone?
I recall her showing me a picture of him.
And do you recall not really wanting to point him out on there?
Because I knew at that point what she was doing. They was forcing me to say it was him who shot me. Because I like I keep telling you now, and to this day I still feel as in they did that. Like I never seen him shoot at me. Even when they called me, tried to get me to come to trial on it, I told them I'm not coming to trial because I never saw who shot at us. And they said, well, Mr. Scope, all right, y'all can call me. I didn't see who shot at me.
Were you concerned about being labeled a snitch because of what was happening to your cousin?
My only concern was not being able to protect my family.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you were concerned because your cousin was being tortured because he was labeled a snitch?
My only concern was being in jail and not able to protect my family.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither in referencing your cousin, well, he's getting tortured. Everywhere he goes, he's a fucking rat. Don't nobody want him around. This and that, this and that. And then he turned right around and I'm in the same damn shoes he's in. But I won't. I don't know if he did whatever he had going on, but you didn't want to be labeled a snitch.
This is the police talking to me, and they're not trying to hear what I'm saying. They're trying to force me to say that somebody shot at me that I did not see shoot at me. I am trying everything in my power to not lie on this man. I'm not here to protect nobody that shot at me and my child.
Did you ever give Gaither the gun that you used in the to shoot back at those individuals who shot at you and your child and your child?
Nope.
Why not?
Because you're going to use it against me.
Who did you get the gun from?
What you mean who I got it from?
Who did you get the gun?
I sustain the objection.
Do you recall being shown a photographic lineup with Tay inside of the photographic lineup?
Say that again.
In this interview, do you recall being shown a photographic lineup?
I think so.
Okay. And do you recall not wanting to sign the photographic lineup?
Right. I do remember.
Okay. Why didn't you want to sign the photographic lineup?
Because in my heart and from facts, I didn't see who shot at me, and they constantly kept trying to say they kept pushing me to say to make me think that I saw somebody I know I didn't see.
Right. I want to kind of switch gears. Do you know someone by the name of Trivia?
Who?
Trivia.
Who is it?
Do you know someone by the name of Trivia? Do you know who Moontoon's girlfriend was back in 2015?
No, I don't remember who his girlfriend is.
Okay. Do you know someone by the name of Aunt Trivia?
I never heard the name before. I don't know.
Okay. Do you recall talking to a Detective Lewis in the same interview regarding Trivia being Kel and Moontoon's girlfriend?
Oh, her? What about her?
So my question is, so do you now know who Trivia is?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Okay. And back in 2015, do you recall her home being shot up during the time of early 2015?
I remember.
Okay. And were you accused of shooting up her home?
That's what she told the police?
Did you shoot up her home?
No.
In the 3 interviews we've talked about so far, were you asked by the investigators to tell the truth? In the interviews we've talked about so far?
It don't matter.
Yes or no? Do you recall being asked to tell the truth?
I don't know. I don't
God
recall.
bless you. God bless you. You don't recall if you were asked to tell the
I
truth?
don't.
If you were asked to tell the truth, why wouldn't you tell the truth in those interviews?
Why wouldn't I tell the truth?
Yes.
Because I know the police are trying to lock me up.
What would they be trying to lock you up for?
Say that again?
What would they be trying to lock you up for?
Whatever they can put on me.
Did you ever? Now, would telling the truth have gotten you locked up?
Huh?
I sustain the question.
Now, in June of 2015, were you arrested for having a gun at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
Say that. Can you say that again?
In June of 2015, were you arrested for having a gun in the Dunbar Recreation Center?
In June, was I arrested?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Can you tell the jurors what occurred at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I was playing basketball. The police came there and locked me up.
And why did the police lock you up?
Because I'm wounded.
Did you have a gun at the Dunbar Recreation?
I had a basketball in my hand.
Was there a gun also at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
They say it was.
Where was that gun located?
I was placed in handcuffs, walked out. I don't know.
Did you have a gun inside of an H&M bag while at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I was in the basketball. I was in the recreation center playing basketball. I had my shirt off with no gun on me playing basketball.
Did you take a gun to the Dunbar Recreation Center in an H&M bag?
I was playing basketball in the Dunbar Recreation Center.
So your answer is no, that you did not have a gun at the...
What I'm saying, well, I was playing basketball. When I looked up, I seen a whole bunch of police in there walking towards me, putting my hand behind my back, and asked me, was it bad mines? I said, I don't know nothing about no bad. They took me to the car. There was a whole lot more police that came. They took me from Mechanicsville to Turnerfield and asked me, was there a gun mine or was there bad mine? I told them, I don't know nothing about nothing. They said, if they find out that their gun or their bag was mine, they're going to come back and lock me up. I said, do your job. They let me go. And that was it.
And did they let you go that first day?
They let me go.
All right. Did they eventually arrest you for that gun in that bag?
They did.
All right. And was that the gun that was purchased by Quindarius Zachary for you?
I guess.
Yes, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I went to jail for.
Okay. So that was the gun, the chopper that we talked about earlier.
I'm gonna overrule the objection. That was Mr. Steele. Asked and answer.
Was that the chopper that we discussed earlier?
We discussed this earlier?
The gun that was recovered, is that the chopper that was purchased at Arrowhead Pawn Shop by Quindarius Zachary?
That's the gun that sent me to the feds.
And is that the gun that was found at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I guess so.
Why did you have the gun at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I just pleaded guilty to it.
Did you tell officers that you were trying to sell that gun, and that's why you had it at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
Again, I was going to jail.
Ms. Hilton, before you posit some other questions, I think we probably need to take a comfort break. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take about 10 minutes and then see where the afternoon leads us, okay? All right. All rise. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our jury has left us for recess.
Like, bro, we only been going for an hour. God dang. Only been going for an hour. So what y'all thinking so far the first hour of testimony? Yeah, for day 5, a little Woody, aka Kenneth Copeland. So far, they are getting into his federal case. So like the situation he just described is his gun case he called that he did a couple years in the feds for, where he got out in 2019, 2020, something like that. The crazy thing is the Quindarius, how you pronounce it, Zachary, was called to be a witness in this case. I believe he went answer the subpoena the last time I checked. Now that was a while ago. I don't know if things have changed, but he was on a witness list for this case. So that was interesting to hear his name come up. Also, they might tie it in because according to the documents, right, it says that little Woody requested Detective Gaither to come out there and talk to him at Turnerfield. So that's going to be interesting to see if the state ties that in, because again, he said Detective Gaither is out to get me type thing. So if they bring up the fact that according to the documents, right, and according to the reports, that he asked his the officer, because he wasn't in custody, quote unquote, right? He asked the officer that had him in a car to take him to Turnerfield to talk to Gaither, which is, for those who don't know, a gang detective, a gang unit detective. So that's going to be interesting if the prosecution is going to tie that into that. Shit, I need to come for a break at this point. So give me 1 second. We're going to see what the lead attorney is talking about, so I can walk off for a second. So give me a minute.
Was Tay, you told her I gave you a picture of him.
I don't recall.
And do you recall her pulling up the picture and showing you the picture in the interview on her phone?
I recall her showing me a picture of him.
And do you recall not really wanting to point him out on there?
Because I knew at that point what she was doing. They was forcing me to say it was him who shot me. Because I like I keep telling you now, and to this day I still feel as in they did that. Like I never seen him shoot at me. Even when they called me, tried to get me to come to trial on it, I told them I'm not coming to trial because I never saw who shot at us. And they said, well, Mr. Cope, we don't, all right, y'all can call me. I didn't see who shot at me.
Were you concerned about being labeled a snitch because of what was happening to your cousin?
My only concern was not being able to protect my family.
Do you recall telling Detective Gaither that you were concerned because your cousin was being tortured because he was labeled a snitch?
My only concern was being in jail and not able to protect my family.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither, in referencing your cousin, well, he's getting tortured. Everywhere he goes, he's a fucking rat. Don't nobody want him around. This and that, this and that. And then he turned right around, and I'm in the same damn shoes he's in. But I won't. I don't know if he did whatever he had going on, but you didn't want to be labeled a snitch.
This is the police talking to me, and they're not trying to hear what I'm saying. They're trying to force me to say that somebody shot at me that I did not see shoot at me. I am trying everything in my power to not lie on this man. I'm not here to protect nobody that shot at me and my child.
You know, it's so weird. He says that he's not going to try to protect someone.
Exactly. I just picked up on that too. I was on mute. I was like,
He's not going to try to protect someone who's trying to hurt him and his child, but he will place the blame of an attempted murder on his friend who had nothing to do with it. Right? I mean, what type of morals are we doing here? You're saying Tay had nothing to do with the murder, but you'll throw Tay under the bus. You will throw your friend under the bus for attempted murder. Right? It's like, what? You know,
that statement right there is so powerful. I'm not willing to protect this one person. So who are you willing to protect? Are you protecting other people?
Exactly. He just lined to protect himself. Shout out to Woody. Let's go.
Did you ever give Gaither the gun that you used in the to shoot back at those individuals who shot at you and your child
Nope.
Why not?
Because you're going to use it against me.
Who did you get the gun from?
What you mean who I got it from?
Who did you get the gun?
I stand the objection.
If you got a friend like Woody, you're in trouble. And I want to give a huge thank you to Thinking from Texas, Whitney. The beautiful Whitney has become the new
Do you recall being
sponsor.
shown a photographic lineup
Thank
with Tay
you.
inside of the photographic lineup?
Say that again.
In this interview, do you recall being shown a photographic lineup?
I think so.
Okay. And do you recall,
Somebody write Whitney in the
not
dang
wanting
chat,
to sign the
please.
photographic lineup?
Right.
Thank you so
I
much.
do remember.
Okay. Why didn't you want to sign a photographic lineup?
Because in my heart and from facts, I didn't see who shot at me, and they constantly kept trying to say they kept pushing me to say to make me think that I saw somebody I know I didn't see.
All right. I want to kind of switch gears. Do you know someone by the name of Trivia?
Who?
Trivia.
Who is it?
Do you know someone by the name of Trivia? Do you know who Moontoon's girlfriend was back in 2015?
No, I don't remember who his girlfriend is.
Okay. Do you know someone by the name of Aunt Trivia?
I never heard the name before. I don't know.
Okay. Do you recall talking to a Detective Lewis in the same interview regarding Trivia being Kel and Moontoon's girlfriend?
Oh, her? What about her?
So my question is, so do you now know who Trivia is?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Okay.
Who?
And back in 2015, do you recall her home being shot up during the time of early 2015?
I remember.
Okay. And were you accused of shooting up her home?
That's what she told the police?
Did you shoot up her home?
No.
Trivia got questioned.
All right, y'all. So yeah, so the crazy thing about this case that he's speaking of, when him, his daughter, and his baby mom got shot at, 3 dudes actually caught time behind this case, including the guy Tay. So if I was the guy Tay, I would be getting my legal team to file some type of appeal. I want to say, if hold on, it's been a while since I looked at this case. I know the guy was locked up last year. I don't know if he's still locked up. I'll have to look at it because I don't even remember his name. But I might do a video on it. But anyway, I would definitely be trying to see what I can do, because he is now on the stand testifying that he lied, that he don't know if it was him or not, or whatever. Now, I can't remember the particulars of exactly how he got convicted, but 3 dudes did ultimately do prison time over that shooting. So, and Tay being one of them. So it's gonna be interesting to find out exactly what, if anything, this testimony can do in that case. Is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's interesting to know, because I was over here thinking, I'm like, yeah, the dude did get time for that shit. So that's gonna be interesting. Y'all already know they say 10 minutes, 5 minutes, we be here for 100 hours. So I'm gonna go back into the lead attorney. I just want to tell y'all that the people did get time for that.
For shouting out Whitney, the new sponsor. Thank you so much, Whitney. Shout out to Thinking from Texas.
Would telling the truth have gotten you locked up?
That's the question. Let's go there.
I stand the question.
Now, in June of 2015, were you arrested for having a gun at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
You got a gun at the rec center? What it got?
Say that. Can you say that again?
In June of 2015, were you arrested for having a gun in the Dunbar Recreation Center?
In June, was I arrested?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Can you tell the jurors what occurred at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I was playing basketball. The police came there and locked me up.
And why did the police lock you up?
Because I'm Woody.
Did you have a gun at the Dunbar Recreation?
I had a basketball in my hand.
Was there a gun also at the Dunbar Recreation?
They say it was.
Where was that gun located?
I was placed in handcuffs, walked out. I don't know.
Did you have a gun inside of an H&M bag while at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
I was in the basketball. I was in the recreation center playing basketball. Had my shirt off with no gun on me playing basketball.
Did you take a gun to the Dunbar Recreation Center in an H&M bag?
I was playing basketball in the Dunbar Recreation Center.
Non-responsive.
No, that you did not have a gun at the.
What I'm saying, well, I was playing basketball. When I looked up, I seen a whole bunch of police in there walking towards me, putting my hand behind my back, and asked me, was a bad mine? I said, I don't know nothing about no bad. They took me to the car. There was a whole lot more police that came. They took me from Mechanicsville to Turnerfield and asked me, was that gun mine or was that bag mine? I told them I don't know nothing about nothing. They said, if they find out that their gun or their bag was mine, they're going to come back and lock me up. I said, do your job. They let me go. And that was it.
And did they let you go that first day?
They let me go.
All right. Did they eventually arrest you for that gun in that bag?
They did.
All right. And was that the gun that was purchased by Quindarius Zachary for you?
Ooh.
I guess.
Yes, no, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I went to jail for.
Okay. So that was the gun, the chopper that we talked about earlier.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
I'm gonna overrule the objection.
Come on, Hilton.
Steele asked and answer.
Was that the chopper that we discussed earlier?
Hilton ain't did shit.
He had a chopper in that.
We discussed this earlier.
All your faves are back for a new season of Teen Mom the next.
And is that the gun that was found at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I guess so.
Ooh.
Why did you have the gun at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I just pleaded guilty to it.
Did you tell officers that you were trying to sell that gun, and that's why you had it at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
Again, I was going to jail.
Ms. Hilton, before you posit some other questions, I think.
I wonder what they saying. Ooh, like that was a big breaker. It's not the gun that he got caught with. Ain't the same gun that he used in the shooting of the people that shot at him. So I don't know. Maybe they about to elaborate on that because I don't understand why they said Hilton got one with that one.
The H&M bag.
That's real gangster. Oh man, our TiVo ran out. But guys, the judge should be coming back momentarily because we fast forwarded a lot, I believe. Let me see how many minutes we fast forward. We fast forwarded about 14 minutes, and the judge said that the what is it?
They said that they were going to take a 10-minute comfort break.
Thank you. So we should be right back in here momentarily, guys. Shout out to Woody. Guys, Woody did something very important right there that everybody should know. Now, Woody absolutely brought that damn bag to the rec center that had the chopper in it. But when all the police came on him, he said, listen, I just got a basketball in my hand. I don't know nothing about no H&M bag. Certainly don't know nothing about no chopper. And the police were pressuring him. They didn't have any evidence because he did not snitch on himself. So they had to let him go. Now, what it sounds like is the person that bought the chopper for Woody went back and told the cops, hey, this is what the deal is. This is how much he paid me and all this and all that. But if Woody would have said, yeah, that's my bag, or Woody would have said, no, well, I wasn't doing anything with the gun, he would have been arrested on the spot. This is a lesson, guys. Do not talk to these police officers. I don't know nothing about nothing. So shout out to Woody. Thank you so much. AV, do you have any
Oh yeah, I haven't read a single one.
cash apps?
I will look
Shout
at
out to the Rio Broadway. Says AV is super fine. Love from North Carolina. Thank you so much. Shout out to Tough Woman. Says AV and Lead. And guys, we are keeping an eye over here on the feed. Just as soon as they come back, they should be coming back any second now. Because even though they said they're going to take a 10-minute break, we fast forwarded through time 15 minutes. So they should be coming back momentarily.
All right, we're back. Real question: how did they know the guns was in the bag? It was one gun and somebody called the police and reported it. They really don't specify on the police report. They just said somebody called in an anonymous tip. Because in all actuality, they technically didn't catch him per se with the gun when they got there. And that was the whole thing why they couldn't just lock him up that day. But like I said, shit ain't like it was the first time they would have been letting him go with a gun. Because they have the Atlanta Police Department has been known in the past to let him walk off with guns. So and again, a lot of the witnesses, a lot of the defendants on this case have had some type of interaction with the gang unit down there. They were known, quote unquote, gang gang affiliation and all that. So Detective Gaither, you will see in a lot of them cases, a lot of the paperwork during that time. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they're gonna get deep into that, because really, if they get deep into it, the conversation as far as that happened allegedly with Detective Gaither and Woody at Turnerfield for this case, they will then see that he is known to try to finesse his way out of some shit. Cause like his situation ain't even had shit to do with no gang shit. He was trying to see if he can give her information so they can let him go. So they might not go that route, because that would open the door to confirm what he's been saying. He's trying to finesse his way out and not going to jail. Someone could have stashed that they're trying to get away from something else while he was already playing ball, didn't know who Bagger was. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I definitely think it was his bag, because I think other people put it there, and then ultimately, in the feds, you have to accept responsibility, and it goes on to like break down like how they traced the gun back to the pawn shop. He was on video at the pawn shop with whatever his name, something Zachary. I think it's Quindarius or something like that. So I mean, I think they in this case, the feds definitely did trace it back. However, as far as the initial situation, yeah, they ain't finding on him. But I think they found like other personal things of his in the bag. It wasn't just the gun by itself type thing. But on that one, I think they did a little bit more like research on it. However, somebody definitely dropped a dime on his ass for them to run up in that center. And again, this is just according to the paperwork, right? According to the paperwork, it wasn't even fully in the bag, so you could still see that it was a gun in there, depending on where you were standing at. But yeah, they do trace it back to the pawn shop. And if y'all don't recall, they brought up this situation, I think either yesterday or the day before, about the pawn shop. But I was trying to see what the lead attorney and what's her name? AB7 really was trying to say like that was a win, because like I said, they going all around with different situations, but that's not even a gun from the shooting. So I'm still kind of confused, I just found it weird that they was in his bed while he played ball. So just outside looking in, not knowing what to do, pretty. Most people know you have weapons, like, and I'm just gonna say, like, most times, like when you in those situations, most people do know you got a weapon. Either they can see it, you say you got it. Obviously it wasn't concealed if it wasn't covered fully it wasn't concealed in the bag all the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Why you say he lying? I honestly feel like he telling the truth. He be trying to finesse because his record shows he be trying to finesse his way out of the situation. Now, do I think he's completely lying in every interrogation? Hell no. He got to tell some type of truth. That's the only way it's going to be believable. But I do think he went out on a whim a couple times just to get out some shit. A lot of his stuff is coming up as harassment. He is dumb, criminal, but to be honest, he's proven another side of the case against the police department. He ain't gonna win shit against the police department. I'm gonna tell you why he ain't gonna win shit. Because although he can call it harassment, they gonna call it investigating. They're gonna call it good detectives. They're gonna call it good police work. And again, he is saying that he put himself in that situation. Now you gotta remember, he is willingly talking to these people. Okay, now of course in his mind he's finessing, but he's willingly talking to these people. He's saying, yeah, I'm telling if they say, yo, what you know about Paul, shit, I'm gonna come up with something to say about Paul just to see what I can get out of it. And then if you look back at his interrogation video from 2020, 2021, I can't remember what year. Hell, he was saying it then. And the lady was like, man, we done been down this road. You got to give us more. You got to give us something more to go with. Like, you got to give us location. You got to give us more stuff. So, yeah. Oh, he definitely, this alone, right? They said 2015. So, shit. He was getting, I think the earliest arrest I saw of his was like 2013, something like that. Yeah, so it's definitely been a long time. So yeah, like I said, I don't know. I can't say I believe everything he was saying back in 2015. I think the most honest thing he has said is that he be trying to get himself out of a situation. I feel like what he's doing now is trying to get himself out of a situation. That's why they needed to offer him immunity. But that is the custom thing they normally offer on witnesses that have some type of pending legal situation or possibly is implicating themselves in crimes. They do offer immunity. So I don't know. He's gonna be, I feel like with him, he's gonna be the witness that is gonna just play into the fact of how people perceive him, right? Like I was telling y'all earlier on this live, if the juror is one that really believes the police really investigates for real, like really do their job fully, meaning they fact check everything a person say to them, they're gonna believe that Woody was telling the truth in 2015. Although they haven't proven nothing he said in 2015 was factual, they're just saying that's the storyline they want to go with for their case, right? So those jurors probably going to go with what he said in 2015 is accurate. The jurors that really think this is a bunch of thugs and stuff on trial, they're going to go with the notion that what was said in 2015, again, is factual. Those who know the police don't be freaking checking all that shit. They, it's a game they play, especially when you talk about gang unit detectives, okay? It's the game they play. They may be more on the line of, yeah, I believe he's finessing some shit. Everything he's saying ain't true. Probably not going to be too credible to those jurors, but it's just going to be depending on perception and, to me, what they're going to do. Now, when they started that they shot at him and his baby, I was like, oh, okay, he should tell. But see, in that situation, like I said, now he is saying that the dude that actually went down for that shooting didn't do the shooting. Like, he didn't know if he did the shooting. That boy actually did time. And I believe it was 3 of them total that did time. Now, I don't know if ultimately the police was able to find evidence that he did it. But for him to get on the stand under oath now saying he ain't do it or something like that is crazy. And then it doesn't help him though, because how the hell do you actually pinpoint the actual shooter in a situation you said that's your friend? Because he said he still be, still was hanging around him. So that's gonna be interesting on that notion, because the dude did do, I think he got 10 years for that, if I'm not mistaken. When they come back from break, I'm gonna look into it. I got to find all that paperwork on him. I forgot. I did print his stuff out. But that was back in the day when I was printing every case out. So hold on, y'all. I think I still got a Woody folder, if I'm not mistaken, if I ain't tossed it. Watch out, baby. Damn, I forgot all about that. Old Copeland. Damn, let me see. I got to look through my files. If I had my hair done, I will let y'all see all my files. I just showed y'all how my files is. But yeah, let me see. I damn sure think I still got Woody file. They might as well break for that. They just started an hour ago. Remember, we waited for about 45 minutes. Yes, he does. Okay, we waited for like 45 minutes before even starting. So I was just shocked that we was taking a break this early. Who is this? Copeland. Yep, I still got his shit. Now I just got to find. I'm about to see if I can find. See if I can find the dude name that the Tay dude, so I can see if he's still locked up. See, shout out to my fab. Okay. Yes. That's another page. Who case is this? This is YSL. I still got my YSL folder. Good thing I thought about that. I still got all my folders. All right. This is going on case too. Where's this one? Why you dropping that cereal? Pick it up. Who do you really think killed him? I don't think they know who killed him, to be honest. I for sure don't know who killed him. I don't know nothing about that shit there, but I don't think the police actually know who did it. And most times when you talk about street shit, you never know when a person got multiple things going on the street, whether it's drug dealing, gang banging, or whatever. You don't really be knowing for real. And the streets will put together a storyline out of the blue just based off what they think. So, like I said, I think when you put the whole conspiracy together for YSL, it makes sense. But I really don't think, because again, this is not the first set of guys that got tried for the murder or charged with the murder. I really don't think they know who the hell did it. Okay, the streets definitely will line them in. Okay, the right person put the right storyline together. You be like, God damn, the fuck. And I think that's what happened with the whole Lil Woody thing. Because if you really think about it, I think if you really think about it, they already said a week before the murder, Lil Woody get jumped by the brother of Nutty. Then they tie in something that happened at Cascade. You know what I'm saying? So they paint a picture where it makes sense for it to be that person, but I really don't think they know who did it, to be honest. I think that's gonna be a situation where it's gonna be what storyline is gonna be provable or believable to the judge. I don't really think they actually gonna get an actual closure to the case. Like, I don't think they're gonna really know who did it, to be honest. I think it's gonna be one of them things. Some people may believe it if YSL get convicted that was him, and some people may just be like, hell no, that ain't it. Kind of similar to the O.D. Perry case in Chicago. They say XYZ did it, then all actuality, other people saying that's not who did it. So All right, we back with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All chairs present? All right. Thank you, Debbie Hudson. All right. Members of the jury, with your indulgence and patience, we're going to go probably about another 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to recess for the day, okay? All right. Madam?
Mr. Copeland, what blood set were you a part of?
Can you repeat that?
What blood set were you a part of?
What blood set what I was part of?
Yes, sir.
I wasn't part of no real blood set.
Okay. Did you ever claim to be a Billy Blood?
I said I was.
And were you?
No.
Did you tell Detective Gaither that you were, not Detective Gaither, Detective Lewis, in that February 21st interview that you were Billy Blood?
I don't know what I told them in when they questioned me.
Okay. Do you recall talking to Detective Lewis about the meeting with Mo where they said that they were going to kill you?
Huh?
Do you remember talking to Detective Lewis about the meeting with Mo, who was in prison, and that they were planning on killing you?
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall her asking you why you weren't at this meeting?
Huh?
Do you recall her asking you why you weren't at this meeting?
Why was I at the meeting?
Why were you not at the meeting?
At what meeting?
The meeting with the Bloods, the meeting of the Bloods trying to kill you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you... Sure. February 21st.
What year?
2015. And then do you recall telling her you weren't down with them, but that you were Billy Blood?
I don't recall.
Okay. And then do you recall her asking, who are you with now?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you told her at that point they got mad.
I told her.
You told Detective Lewis.
Oh, this a lady?
Yes. At that point they got mad because I didn't go back with them. I started hanging out with Thug and them, so I'm YSL.
No, I don't recall.
Did you consider yourself part of the gang YSL?
Basis.
It's an improper question.
I didn't mean for you to speak. I just want you to give me a basis.
702.
Overrule, sir.
Did you consider yourself part of YSL, the gang?
Gang, I consider myself 372.
When did you consider yourself 372?
What you mean, when?
Did you consider yourself a 372 when you called yourself Billy Blood?
I always been 372.
So even as a part of YSL, were you considered, or do you consider yourself 372?
Gang, I'm always 372 when it come to gang.
Did you also consider yourself part of YSL?
372 when you speaking on gang.
Yes or no? Did you consider yourself a part of YSL?
But you saying gang wise, like.
So you did not consider yourself part of YSL, the gang?
When it come to gang, I consider myself 372.
Now, going back to June of 2015 when you were arrested for the Fed charges, we talked about the gun that was at the Dunbar Center. When you were arrested, where were you arrested at?
Which time?
when you got arrested in June?
June 10th,
Yes.
at the house.
Did they find any guns at the house?
Yeah, they did.
Were you charged in your federal charges with that gun? Do you recall?
Yes.
Okay. Now, once you were arrested, were you brought in to Atlanta Police Department headquarters for an interview?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember how long that interview was?
It was long.
Do you remember being about 9 hours?
It was long.
Long. Okay. And during the course of that interview, did you speak with multiple detectives?
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember speaking with anyone from the ATF or?
Yeah, I did.
And was Detective Gaither in that interview?
She was at some point.
What about Detective Dennis?
Who?
Detective Dennis, do you remember him?
Yeah, I think he was too.
Okay. And what about Detective Thorpe?
I think he was too.
Okay. And when you were arrested and brought down to APD, did you want to give them truthful information?
Again, I was going to jail.
Do you recall telling them that you're not going to worry about me lying?
Can you say that again?
Sure. In the early part of that interview, do you recall telling them you're not going to have to worry about me lying?
Probably so.
Why did you want to speak to the police that day?
Because I was trying to finesse my way out of jail.
And what did you think you had to do to finesse yourself out of jail?
Well, they kept asking about Young Thug, so that's the direction I had to go.
Did they ask you about anything else?
They asked me about the gun. I think they asked me about the gun first.
Did they ask you about anything else?
Yeah, they asked me about a lot.
Do you recall them asking you about Nuts murder?
Yes.
And did you speak with them about Nuts murder?
Yes.
And did you speak with them about the gun at the Dunbar Center?
Yes.
And the gun at your house?
Yes.
And did you also speak with them about Young Thug?
Yes.
And did you talk with them about Little D from Mechanicsville?
Yes.
And what about Shannon?
Yes.
Now, when you got to that interview, did you believe that people were trying to kill you?
Uh-huh. I thought people trying to kill me for a long time.
Specifically in June, did you still believe that people thought you snitched on them regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Can you say it one more time?
Sure. When you had this interview in June of 2015, did you think going into that interview that people thought that you had snitched on them regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Overruled. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sustaining the questions.
Why did you think people were trying to kill you?
Because I was paranoid. People were shooting at me.
Did you tell the detectives in this June 10th interview that everyone in the world is trying to kill me because they think I told on them?
No, I told them that people were trying to kill me because they say I killed Nut.
Do you recall telling the detectives about the fact that that Doug's sister had called you or had texted you?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Let me ask you this. Did Doug's sister ever text you regarding you going to the police about Nuts murder?
I texted her and told her that I was going to kill Thug when I get a chance. That's what you talking about?
No, but why did you text her that you were going to kill Thug when you get a chance?
Because I let a lot of people get in my ear.
And what did they get in your ear about? Its effect on the listener, Your Honor. What did they get in your ear about?
Whole lot of stuff. People were coming to me every 5 minutes with something about not just Thug, it was just a lot of people, but mainly most people was coming to me about Thug.
What about the?
Nah, they just kept coming to me like he ain't right. He ain't supposed to. I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, but what were they telling you such that you thought that you had to kill Thug?
Say it again.
What were they telling you such that you thought in your mind you wanted to kill him?
That to watch him because everybody saying I killed Nut and they didn't want that on them, so they gonna put it on me. I don't know. Like it was so many different people just telling me stuff. So,
but to kill somebody, what were they telling you to make you think you had to kill Thug?
What did they tell me that made me think I had to kill him?
Yes.
That I better watch him?
Why?
Because they said I was messing up his career. Like they saying that I was putting him in stuff that I got going on. Like they were saying all type of stuff.
So why would you messing up his career mean you have to kill Thug?
They said to me, okay, a female came to me and told me that she heard something. Then another person came to me and told me that he heard something. So people kept coming to me and I was paranoid because I had said something to a friend of mine where I felt as in whatever I was saying to him had got back out.
So let's start there. What did you tell your friend that you think got back to him?
I was plotting on him.
Why would you be plotting on Thug?
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling the detectives that you called, that Dolly texted you and was cursing you out?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is years ago. Do you remember what she was cursing you out about?
Because I told her I want to kill Thug when I see him.
Okay. Do you recall the last 4 digits of the number that she was texting you from?
No.
Do you recall giving that full phone number to the detectives?
No.
Do you recall giving them a phone number ending in 1990 for his sister?
Probably so.
Which sister are we texted you?
Dolly.
Okay. Did she have another name?
I said Dolly.
Did you call her something else?
Yeah, I call her Dolly and Max.
Okay. Do you recall texting Dolly, damn, your brother's trying to have me killed?
I probably have.
Okay. Why would you text her that?
Because I thought what I was said to somebody else had got back to him.
So what did you tell somebody else that you thought got back to him?
I don't recall.
Okay. What, again, would make you text that to her brother, to Dolly? Damn, your brother's trying to have me killed. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell I ever did to him? Why would you text that to her?
I told you I was paranoid. It was so much going on. It was so much going on. I had so many people in my head. And that's just my way of trying to force a reaction.
Force a reaction from who?
From him, to see how he react to it.
Why were you trying to force a reaction from him?
Because I didn't know what the truth was. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on.
Now, we talked about in February, strike that. We talked about in January people thinking that you had killed Nut, right? Also in February, did people think you were trying to kill Nut?
Huh?
Did people think that you killed Nut, excuse me?
Objection calls for speculation.
Did you,
I'll sustain the formal question.
did you believe that people thought that you killed Nut?
Did I believe it?
Yes.
People were convinced.
Okay. By the time we got to June, did you still have that same belief when you
Did
got
I
arrested?
have that belief?
Yes. When you got arrested in June, did you still have that same belief that people thought you had done, that you had killed Nut?
I don't know. Like, so many. It was so many people was on. So many people was just like. A lot of people said they know I didn't do it, but a lot of people said I did it. So I don't.
And I'll ask you again, did you kill Nut?
No.
Now, when you got to this interview, do you recall speaking with the detectives about the night that Nut was killed?
Can you say that again?
Sure. When you got to this June interview, do you recall speaking to the detectives about the night that Nut was killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way interview.
The June one?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you have concern during this June interview that Thug had observed you speaking to police?
Huh?
Did you have concern during this June interview that Thug had seen you speaking to police?
No.
Do you recall telling the detectives in this June interview, long story short, the detectives was calling my phone and he was right there. And they asked you, Thug was right there? And you said, yeah. So I answered the phone and he's looking at me like this, but I don't know what's going on. They asked you, why is he looking like that? And you said, because he see me answering the phone for them.
No, he told me that when I answered the phone, I answered my phone on speaker, so it was my baby mama calling saying that the investigators wanted to talk to me. I was like, for what? And that's when he said what he wanted to talk to me about. And he got on the phone, asked me, could I come down there and interview him? And Thug was like, go down there.
Why were you concerned then that he saw you answering the phone for the police in front of him?
I don't know. I don't know about him being concerned.
Why would you tell the police that?
Because it's the police.
If there wasn't an issue, why would there be a need to tell the police that Thug was?
Because at the time the police questioned me, it was me against everybody. So they saying that they want Thug, and that's what I'm trying to do. Get them up off of me. So I had text Thug phone the day before they locked me up. And I texted their phone and told them that I was gonna kill him when I see him. So the police got me the next day, and when they got me, that was it.
Let's go back. What day are you talking about? You texted
June.
In June. You said you texted Thug. Who did you text?
One day, I texted their phone. I called his sister and told her, tell your brother when I see him, I'm gonna kill him.
Okay.
I don't care who see me, I'm gonna kill him. Me and her were arguing on the phone. As me and her were arguing on the phone, I got mad and hang up the phone. The very next day, 2 days later, I know I woke up and the police was at the door.
Okay.
When they got me, I was mad with the world.
And were you arrested again for those guns?
Yes.
All right. And that's the only thing you were arrested for those guns.
And I think they put some. gang charges on me or something. I think they put some more charges on me or something.
And I understand that you said you texted his sister Dolly that you were going to kill.
Nah, I don't think I texted. I told her over the phone that I was gonna kill him.
But was that in response of you asking her whether or not he was trying to kill you?
Oh no, I didn't ask her nothing.
Okay. So why did you tell the detectives that?
Because it's the detective.
Were you concerned that Thug did not want to hang around you anymore because you had been talking to the police?
No.
Do you recall telling detectives in this same June interview, he ain't want to hang around me anymore? And they asked you, this Thug? And you said, yeah. Like, damn, what the hell? Why the hell these niggas don't want me around? Do you recall being concerned that Thug did not want you hanging around him anymore?
Well, he actually called me a few times to try to get me to come around. I didn't want to go around.
So why would you tell the police, why the hell these niggas don't want me around?
Because I'm talking to the police and they are after me.
When you were arrested, were you not trying to get out of jail?
For sure.
So why would you be telling them lies if you were trying to get out of jail?
So let me say this. If I tell the police the alphabet is ABCD, right? The police gonna tell me what come out the D. E come out the D, I think. ABCDE. Man, I don't know, man. I'm not about to go through all that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, this is the investigators. They locking me up, they targeting me. They constantly, every time I come outside, spit on the ground. SWAT team got me. Like,
so why would you stay in a 9-hour interview if they were out to come and get you?
you see what you said? That's how bad they was after me. They sit right there and put up with me for that long.
Okay, but you kept talking to them for the entire 9 hours. I'll rephrase. Did you speak with them for the entire 9 hours?
I was handcuffed behind my back, legs shackled to the chair. And guess what I know? When I get finished talking to them, I'm going to the jail. So guess what I'm trying to do? Trying to buy as much time as I can before I go to the jail. That right there.
All right. Can you publish 378 Yankee Echo 1? Is that you? Is that June 10, 2015?
Yeah.
And is that the interview that we're discussing right now?
Yeah.
And in that interview, that when you were first brought in, once you were arrested, are you still in your regular clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes for the record?
Yes.
Now, sitting in this room, did you believe that the truth would have hurt you as you were doing this interview?
It's not about the truth hurting me. It's about the state of mind I was in.
Okay. But did you believe the truth would have hurt you?
I don't know.
So why won't you tell the truth?
Because I'm about to go to jail. So the state of mind I'm in is I'm about to go to jail.
Right. So would lying have helped you to get out of jail?
It have.
Didn't they tell that they were going to have to verify any information you told them?
They did.
Okay. So why would you tell a lie if they had to verify what they told you and you were trying to get out of jail?
I don't know.
Man, tell them because you know they don't verify shit.
Say that again.
Did you believe the truth was going to hurt?
You said, do I believe that truth gonna hurt Doug?
Yes.
That'll be his problem.
Right. But if you're in this state of mind, why would you be in there just telling lies?
Because that's who the police after. They locking me up, but they're after him.
But they're locking you up and you are trying to get out of jail. Wouldn't you tell the truth to get out of jail?
It depends on who is the truth to.
Okay. Now, during the course of your interview, did the detective ask you, why were you so concerned about whether or not Thug knew you were talking to the police?
Can you say it again?
Let me just ask you a better question. Why were you concerned about whether or not Thug knew you were talking to the police?
I wasn't concerned.
Do you recall the detectives asking you, why does it matter to Thug if you're talking to the police or not, if he has no say in what happened with Nut? And your response is, between us men, I want to say they had something to do with it.
What about it?
Do you recall telling that to the detectives?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And then when they asked you who was the they, do you recall saying Thug and them?
Okay.
Did you recall saying that?
Like, yeah.
Okay. And then they said Thug and them who? And you said Shannon and Bentley.
Say that again?
Sure. When they then asked you Thug and who, you responded Shannon and Bentley and all, because all of them just acting funny towards me.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you say that?
Because it's the investigators.
Again, why say Shannon? Why say Shannon?
Because they know me and him be together. It's easy to shit with Shannon to get. I don't know. Like I told you, it's the state of mind I was in. When the police got me, I was doing a lot of stuff. I was, man, like they just caught me early in the morning. Like
early in the morning, is that not when you're your freshest?
Huh?
And early in the morning, is that not when you're your freshest?
No, they can't get me out. I'm asleep. I hear the door. Boom, 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 boom. If I'm asleep and she sleep, who being at this door like that? So it shot my brain. I've been shot ever since I looked like those scenes of the police. I can't forget it. Like,
Ms. Hilton.
Okay.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a natural point for us to recess for today. Mr. Copeland, we'll see you Monday morning at 8:30, okay?
8:30?
Yes, sir. See you then. All right, our witness has left us. Ladies and gentlemen, jury, do you have any ministerial inquiry with me? Okay, remember next week, middle of the week, Wednesday is Juneteenth, and it is a holiday which the county observes, so we will not be holding court on Wednesday, okay? So as for the other questions you all asked me about the early part of July, haven't made a decision on that. So more to follow a little bit later on that, okay? All right, anything else with me? Okay, all right. Let's review as so we can get you on the road. Remember to leave your notepads in the basket. Do not bring them home with you this weekend or at any point in time. They need to stay in your headquarters. Next thing, ladies and gentlemen, as you are walking out, coming in, going to any place in the courthouse, to include the bathrooms, or when you're coming in the morning or at home, remember you're not authorized to talk about this case with anybody, all right? And remember, as I told you many times before, you cannot recap, handicap, otherwise review, or comment on any particular witness's testimony amongst yourselves. Remember, I told you that that would be a violation, and you cannot consider this case until such time as the court tells you that you can, and I will give you instructions on how you to do that. All right, remember, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot go by and visit any of the scenes that may be depicted. You cannot take any pictures, do any diagrams, or otherwise share any information that you may know about anything that has been testified to thus far. You can only consider what's been lawfully presented within the four walls of this courtroom. That also pertains to other testimony you may have heard. Remember, it would be a violation for you to go on any third-party sites, websites, reference materials, or anything that would otherwise aid in your understanding or augment your understanding. Remember, you can only consider what's been presented within the four walls of this courtroom. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody should try and reach out to you and by any means, mode, or of a conversation or conveyance, remember that your duty is to report that to myself as well as Sergeant Ingram is immediately. All right. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, please resist temptation to listen to any third-party recaps of this particular trial or anything that may be going on. As remember, you can only consider what's presented in the four walls of this courtroom. Okay? All right. And ladies and gentlemen, lastly, thank you for your patience. Thank you for the attention that you've given to our advocates and to the court, and the continued patience and attention that you'll continue to give to as you consider this matter. Okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that celebrate Father's Day or have fathers, brothers, or uncles, or any other significant men in your lives, happy Father's Day to all of you. Okay? All right. Anything else? Okay. All right. We're in recess until Monday at 8:30. All rise. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All right, councils, any ministerial inquiry with me? Okay, anybody else? All right, happy Father's Day to all of you or as I mentioned to the jury, or those particular people in your lives that you consider to be important that are males. All right, and with that, we'll see you all on Monday, okay? All right, we're in recess. All right.
Woo, child. They ain't even make it. What time is it? Oh, well, he did say about 4 or 5. Ooh, that was a lot. And okay. All right. So, what questions did everybody have? I was able to pull up dude too that they was talking about, but I'm gonna wait. We're gonna do that last. Okay. But he did say yes. I will give him that. He did say they was just gonna run to about 4 or 5, but hell, they started like an hour late, and then we had like a 30-40 minute break in between that. Can they lock Woody up again? Lock him up for what? Because as of right now, I mean, he's testifying, so not technically because he's doing what they asked him to do. All right. Damn. What was the first thing we were supposed to talk about? Oh, the part that kind of Blue, I think that was Blue that just said it. For being annoying, nah. If they could, shit, I'll lock the whole damn prosecution office up there. But allegedly within the gangs, when it's a gang member versus gang member type thing, they do call a meeting of the higher up type things to have a discussion. So yeah. If you recall, I'll give you a case to reference. In the YNW Melly case, they referenced at one point Melly and Jay Green had a situation and a meeting was called allegedly. So yeah. That's allegedly. No, okay. But yeah, that's normally how that works. Woody back on Monday after he wore the damn DA down. Oh, yes, definitely back on Monday. So I mean, let me see how I feel about today's testimony. Today's testimony, I feel they're getting more into the meat and potatoes, but also I feel like it's some room where the defense can come and double back on it. Okay. I think, in my opinion, the defense is definitely going to utilize the fact that Woody on the stand has said he wanted to kill Young Thug. Okay, so then they probably gonna paint it as so. He already had him in vendetta. Now, mind you, he already said he had an issue with Young Thug like on day 2, day 3. So now on day 5, he said that it really was some situation where he wanted to kill him at one point for whatever reason. He really wasn't clear on the reason. No, still does not report to jail tonight. The Supreme Court has issued a stay, so until further notice, he won't have to do that. So what else? What else was interesting that they said today? Oh yeah, I can get up off of here. I got one more consultation at 4:30. I am going to sleep. Okay, Minnie, what to do? All right, so let me get to this real quick. Cause remember I told you they started talking more in detail about certain situations that came up during this 2015 time frame of shootings and things with Woody. So I want to tell you this, okay? I told y'all a little while ago when I heard, yes, definitely, because I'll forget later on. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, all my moms, and all that. When he said that he never thought Tay did it, he said that to him, they mentioned him somehow, his name came up and he just went with it because it was believable. And like I told you, Tay did time for this. So let me see. I know I just printed it, but did I save it?
I like it too.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is the case here. This ain't about to be a full review. I just want to show y'all real quick. So this is the case that they were referring to of his Woody, his baby mama, and his daughter being shot at. And you see here they do mention somebody by the name of, say, Copeland was able to identify one suspect as Devonta Tay Fleetwood. Okay. So if we go over to Georgia Department of Correction and we type in that name, we bring up this person. Okay. Now, if you look down here, this person has already been released because it's a current status and active. Okay. Actual release date was October 2nd, 2019. Charges. So 10 years was the sentence length. Aggravated assault, which you could put together Woody's baby mama, Woody's daughter, possession of a firearm during a crime. All right. So once you go actually look at the case, right, he actually got sentenced to 10 years probation, which, like most people that get that type of probation, they end up violating it. So what happened was he pled guilty to the case. He got 10 years probation. However, he violated probation. And when he violated probation, he ended up having to do some time. When did he violate? So he pled out. When did he plead out? He pled out October 12th, 2015. So about 6 months after the shooting, because the shooting was February 2015, he pled out October 2015. And damn, and he violated probation May 2017. So he ain't even last long before he hadn't violated his probation. All right, so that's just an update on that case. Now, I say all that to say, I wonder if what Woody is saying now will play an effect to it. See, I didn't know he played out on the case, so it may not do nothing. Because Woody is now saying he didn't see nobody. He was just going with what the police were saying. So, it's 2 other people that went to jail. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. Let me see. Did the other people go to jail for it too? While I'm on this. Oh, and then this is interesting too. Just a side note. So they kept asking like what blood said or whatever Woody was a part of. So according to that document I just was showing y'all, the Tay guy is supposed to be part of the non-Deuce blood gang. Okay, now remember, Copeland just said on the stand that he was still cool with the dude even after the fact. So keep that in mind. Like I said, I ain't gonna go too much into it because I don't know if they're gonna pick up more because I thought it was gonna hone into it a little bit. Being the fact that Gator name came up. But shout out to Slim, love the content, good work for the record. Okay, you in love with a court reporter? She seemed real chill. I can't be no court reporter. Mine, I'll be over there bouncing around and shit. Damn, it was something else. Shoot. Did I print it off? Where is it, folks? I had just seen it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Because I wonder if this is going to come up because on one of his, hold on. On one of these documents, is it this one? Y'all know I hadn't got his folder out, so I know I had just read it. Hold on, let me make sure I read what I thought I read before I say it. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna finish this. I'm almost done. Okay. Damn, where did I see it in? It has said, I just got to find out where I saw it at, that Lil Woody actually was charged in the past. Hold on one second. Charged in the past. Was charged in the past with gang activity. What is participation in the street gang, and allegedly it was supposed to be that charge was supposed to stand for YSL. Now I have to find it, and I'll just drop a video on it. The reason why I bring that up is because it makes me think if he actually got convicted of participation in the street gang, and they put on record it was YSL, why isn't the state bringing that up to tie it in? Because remember now, he has said today on record that he was part of 372392 or whatever. That's the only one he wasn't never part of YSL gang. So that'll be interesting if I can find it and or if they bring it up in court. Okay. With that being said, because my phone's starting to ring, these kids starting to want to aggravate me. So I'm about to get us off of here. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, okay? Make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night for our discussion. Is 17 an adult? Should they be charged as an adult in criminal felony cases like murder? Pull up for that conversation. And for those who are wanting to watch the coverage, we're back at it on Monday, 9 a.m. All right. So with that being said, I am out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all Friday.
Remember me wearing a frown. Now it's the other way around. They mad because I made it out.
I took the hard way. I ain't asking a nigga for nothing. I threw the hard way. Hard way. Hard way. My heart to this day. I'm really with it. My feelings in it. So please, bitch, don't play. I took the hard way. I ain't asking a nigga for nothing. I threw the hard way. Hard way. Hard way, my heart to this day. I'm really with it, my feelings in it, so please, bitch, don't play. Don't play.